So hello, everybody. I think most of us just got off the 8:30 training call, which was amazing. And we'll talk a little about that tonight. But before we start, we just like to take the beginning of this meeting to just shout out to some maybe new coaches or some successes that some coaches are having, or you can share your own. But I'm going to first give a shout out to Karen Kushner, who maybe, Karen, you want to put on your video for a second? And here she is. So I want to give a shout out to Karen for just earning her double cab bonus today.
Wow.
So Karen is in her first 30 days of coaching, and she has brought on 5 clients. And this is during the period where you not only get a $100 cab bonus, but it's doubled. But she's just been really amazing to coach as a client, but now also as a new coach. Just drinking it all in. She's just so dedicated to her clients. She's using the life book herself now, which we all need to be doing. And as we just heard from the last call, and how effective that is. And what I loved is that when Karen came on board as a coach, she said to me, I guess I got to use the life book now. And then when she started using it, she said to me, wow, I would have used this in the very beginning of my journey. And I said to her, the health coaching is already good for you. So, Karen, congratulations.
Thank you. Well, when I started, there wasn't a life book. I mean, I had the first version of the book, but there wasn't a life book. But when I started coaching, I got it.
Yeah.
So now I'm...
And all of us, the same thing. None of us had the life book. It just came out this year. So
I know.
We are all challenging ourselves to start digging into the life book. And I think, how many of us have been using it? I mean, I don't know if you, yeah. Anybody want to share what, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So, yeah, but it's new to all of us. But I think we're all finding as we are using it, we are much better coaches. And as our clients are using it, they're the clients that are going to become integrated. They're the clients that are going to really be making fundamental changes in their health, because they're going to be doing the inside work. And anybody could do the outside work by following a diet. But we really want to help people transform fully. So that's great. So I'm going to introduce Debbie Kister now, who's going to go ahead and introduce somebody.
Okay, so Annette, if you say hello. Annette is actually, she's a fellow dietitian like myself, and we just was by happenstance that we kind of came back into each other's world, and it so fits Annette's background as far as what she's done. We're classmates way back 30 plus years ago at Marywood University, and she was an upperclassman. So it's not like she's a stranger to me, and she's very, very much looking forward to helping people like the rest of us have done. And so she's in the South Jersey area. So those of you that are in that area, that's where she's coming from. So.
Hi.
Welcome her, and she's getting her feet wet and really learning about everything we have to offer. So,
thanks, Debbie.
That's great. Well, Annette, you have a fabulous mentor, and I'm sure Debbie explained how we all work as a team. We all help each other, and being on these Monday night calls, the 8 o'clock leadership call, the 8:30 field training call, and then this is our own private team call where it's a lot more casual and we can talk with each other and share. So Monday night's Optavia night. Debbie will show you how to catch anything recorded, and we're so happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. Nora, did you want to take it from here a little bit?
Sure. How is everybody doing with the December Dash?
Pretty good. I can share a little bit about December Dash. So we're doing a couple things for December Dash. We're offering a $50 incentive to new clients. We're offering a $50 incentive to existing clients that haven't ordered since August. And the way we're getting out that message is every 3 days I send another email. And it's not the same email like, hey, by the way, we're having a sale. Every 3 days it's a different email. So we're coming up with different content. Today I used Matt Hagee posted a couple of holiday tips in the journey page. I kind of fluffed all that up and made it the top 10 Thanksgiving holiday tips for healthy people. If anybody wants that, I'll post what I sent out as an email in the group. And I just said, you're going to see friends and family on Thanksgiving. If anybody talks about getting healthy, please tell them about this friends and family discount. I called it a friends and family discount. I figured that would kind of spark people to give it to their friends and family. So we're doing that, and I've been reaching out to past clients by phone or voice text or video message. So it just depends on who they are and how long it's been. Luckily, I've been around for a long time, so there's a lot of people to go through. I'm only on the letter D in my phone. So, you know, there's a lot of people. So you could do that with anybody in your phone and just go down a phone list and really just reach out and say, hey, you know, spread the word. If anybody's looking to get healthy, and usually when you say that, if people want to get healthy themselves, they'll say, oh, hey, maybe this will apply to me. So just keep yourself present, and that's kind of what we've been doing with the dash. But we already have 5, so we're working on 10.
Let me just reiterate something Jackie just said. When they're reaching out to people, they're not saying, do you want to get healthy? They're saying, if you know anybody, right? So it's really different than feeling like you're putting someone on the spot and saying, are you interested in this program? You say, you know, and there's different ways, I'm sure, that you guys say it, and say, look, you know that I'm health coaching. We have this really great offer going on right now. So, you know, we can offer whatever you're offering, and say, so if you know anybody who's been struggling with their health, or you've heard that are, you know, looking to get healthy, I would love an introduction.
We also offer a $25 referral cash to somebody who just gives us a successful referral. Has to be successful.
Yeah.
But $25, however they want it.
And I'm making that Amazon gift card because it sounds so much more appealing during the holiday season to be able to get unlimited $25 Amazon gift cards. I think it sounds better than even $25 cash. So you can digitally send them. And I had a couple of past clients that wrote back that they're doing just great. And I said, well, that's fantastic, you know, and if anybody that you know isn't doing just great that you run into and you think that this could benefit them, since you have experience with the program, you know what it's all about, please send them our way. And by the way, our program is new and improved now because we have this amazing health transformation system that comes with it. So I say a little bit about that too, but yeah. Just reach out. And phone, listen, I've been putting off the phone because it's the most time-consuming thing. But if you give yourself a 15-minute block at a time, you can get a lot of phone calls or voice texts made in 15 minutes, which is why I'm only on D. Because I really did put it off for many days because I figured email hits the most amount of people first, right? And then, you know, Facebook hits the most amount of people next. So how can I get the biggest bang for my buck? But now that those are already being done, I still have till December 8th. So now the phone calls are going to start.
And I think, you know, email, the one thing great about Optavia Share is you can, if you send a mass email, you can see who's looked at it. And a lot of people don't really look at it right away, at least. So I had sent an email to everybody that hadn't ordered since August 11th and on Friday night. And within 1 hour of sending that email, I had a past client that hadn't ordered since March place an order. On her own, did nothing. I offered in the email a $50 scholarship, but I said, you have to contact me. She didn't even contact me. And then I've actually emailed her. I texted her right away and said, I see that you did this. I love that you took the initiative, and I'd love to give you the scholarship. I can put it on your account for the next order, or I can Venmo you the money. What would you like? She didn't even respond. It was someone that wasn't coachable, but she responded to the email that I sent. And how did I know? I went into Optavia Share and she clicked on the email.
And if you don't know, if you don't know how to do that, ask your mentor how to do that. You can see who opened it, how many times they opened it. And another thing we've been doing is checking that. And then if I'm friends with them on Facebook, making sure if they opened it and they've looked at it more than one time, I'm on their Facebook page liking and commenting on something on their page so that I know they're also seeing my social media. So if they're interested and they're opening it, create more momentum in the relationship. And you have the power to do that by going on their page and liking and commenting.
Yeah. I also had another client yesterday reactivate herself as well, and I'm assuming from that email because she also clicked on it. And here's the thing, she did not place a $345 order. She only placed like a $260 order. So I went ahead and texted her again and I said, I see you placed an order. I'm so excited for you to kind of reboot yourself. I'd love to offer you my $50 scholarship, but it's for people that place a full order and you're 10 boxes shy of that. If you'd like to place another order by December 5th, I'd be happy to put that $50 on your account to go towards those 10 boxes.
Oh, that's great.
Because it doesn't have to be one order. It can
Right.
be multiple orders. So don't miss the boat on that one either. So just a thought.
This isn't directly about the December Dash, but I wanted to just share something that I've been doing that's been working really well. And it's using an app called Marco Polo. Has anybody not heard of Marco Polo? If you raise your hand if you have not heard of it. Okay. So Marco Polo is this app that allows you to send video messages to somebody. And what's great about it is, you know, you could send a video message in a text, right? But video messages take up a lot of room on people's phones. So with this app, you can send a video message and then it comes to them as a text, but it's not taking up space. And then they can watch it at their leisure and then they can respond to you. So it's kind of like you have an ongoing conversation, but it's face to face. So it's like a good conversation. You're not getting the misinterpretations that you might get in a text conversation. And so I really just learned about this last week and I started using it with different clients. And it's been so amazing. One client who has been really, really struggling started using it and she was just really like almost like coaching herself, like just kind of like giving this stream of consciousness share with me. And then I would answer her and we were sort of doing a back and forth for a while. And then she did another one and she goes, you know, this has been so helpful for me. She says, I think what it is I really get a chance to just talk without worrying how long I'm talking and really get my thoughts out. And when you talk back, I'm really listening because I'm watching your video and listening to you talk. And I've gotten so much out of it. This is such a cool thing. And then Monday morning, she texted me and she goes, that Marco Polo thing, I think it really affected me. She says, I was out at the bar with my friend this weekend and I stuck to the one drink that I always say I'm going to do. And I always end up having 2 or 3 drinks and then I'm ending up binging. But for the first time in so long, I didn't. So it was just so great for her. And the thing I like is when you have a client who's really busy and you can't really seem to connect with them, this is a way to have like a coaching call with them where it's voice to voice, face to face. And if they're super busy and you're having trouble connecting at a time, they can watch it when they can watch it and then they can answer you back. So has anybody else used Marco Polo? Okay. And
Video diaries.
What's your experience?
I use it with a lot of, I do use it with friends actually from college that like I haven't talked to in a long time. But the nice thing is, just like you say, you can put it out there and sometimes they're watching you live and it will say that they're watching you live, but you're just like putting it out there. The only catch is sometimes like I forget, like if I really like if I just sent a message or not, sometimes what we've talked about.
But the videos stay in the app, so you can see what you said last time if you want to.
Right. I know, but sometimes it's like, oh, how long did I talk to them? Like You feel like you talk to them all the time because we go back and forth and realize you may not have had a conversation that goes like, it's still, I think it's a great tool, especially for somebody who's ghosting you and not responding at all. Send them a Marco Polo. They can see your face. They can see your smile. They can hear your voice. And then just let it go. And they may or may not respond. But it's still also good to have a conversation that you can go back and forth with. So keep that weekly.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do this with everybody. I think it's really, really good for those people who are too busy to connect with you.
Yeah. They don't have to have the app. Because like I've been doing that through Messenger because like it won't send, like I've been sending video chats, but like I had to send them through Facebook instead of, because they're too big, right?
Try Marco Polo, Kim. When you go onto Marco Polo, the first time you send one, it actually sends a little explanation, like this is Marco Polo. And then when you send the first video, it says, I'm sending you a video through Marco Polo. Will you please watch it today? And I had a lot of people answer me today, yes, I'll watch it when I get home from work. You know, so
gotcha. Okay.
Kim, you can do a test run. Like Janet did it on last week, and I sent her a Marco Polo. Like, hey, this is how it works. Just seeing.
Yeah, so practice what you practice with one of us.
Yeah. Okay.
For anybody, does it show up like with your messages, or does it just show up as a Marco Polo video? Because that was a problem I was having, and I didn't know it was there until I went into email and I had an email that I had a Marco Polo.
So this is the app right here.
No, I have the app, but I thought that the video would come in as a message.
It does, Karen. I don't know why it didn't come to you that way.
I know, that's why I was asking, like, if I had to do something special to do that. Because
you probably have to allow notifications. That's probably what you have to do.
But then it would be a notification that I should then go into Marco Polo. It still wouldn't come into messages. So you're saying it only comes in through Marco Polo?
It only comes in messages if you're not a Marco Polo user yet. And then it will come in your message.
It always goes to Marco Polo.
Okay. So trying to get it into my message was an error.
I get a notification.
I put the Marco Polo on my phone. I have it.
Oh, yeah. So we'll have to try it again, Karen, because
okay.
I don't know. I couldn't. You were like one of my first people.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I'll try it again.
But
okay,
just so you see, this is the app, and right now I have one. You see how it says one under Marco Polo? It's just like any other, like your text messages. It's telling me that there's a video there for me.
Yeah.
So another benefit to Marco Polo is really going back to the fact that it's less time consuming than actually calling somebody on the phone, right? So if you have a list of people that you want to get the same kind of message out, create Marco Polos and then send them. It takes a lot less time than calling somebody and leaving a voicemail, and they could get back to you when they're ready to get back to you. So it really can be used in a lot of different ways.
So I have a question, just to clarify. If I put my Marco Polo app on my phone and I send a video message to Debbie Kispert, who doesn't have Marco Polo yet, how will she know I sent her a message?
She'll get a text with a link that says, you're invited to join Marco Polo, and here is a message from your friend Susan Rosio.
Perfect, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can practice it with, again, send me one first before you start sending clients.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
I wanted to share something else. Are we still talking about Dash, or does anybody want else to share about Dash, something they're doing for Dash?
I would just say post before and after pictures every single day, because even though people don't like or comment, that's really, if you ask any one of your clients why they decided to contact you or reach out to you about program, they probably might say it's because of all of your transformation stories or your success stories. I know it's a scary thing and people aren't comfortable doing it. And that's okay if you don't want to do it, but if you're comfortable, like, do it every day. I'm posting like 4 or 5 times a day. One of the posts is a transformation story, and I'm putting a connection. I mean, I did one, I posted Susan and then a picture of Susan and I did just one of Kim today. I did Jackie and Mike, and showing that like I have a relationship and tagging them in the photo. So it goes to them and like my personal story with them. A lot of our clients, like I don't post a lot of my personal clients because they're not ready to go public yet with their story, but we have the transformation photos that Optavia provides from the Facebook page. But when you make it more personal, I think it goes a long way.
Agreed.
Hey, Ted, can you share your experience in what happened just like last week when you all of a sudden shared some transformation stories?
Who, me?
Yeah. It was the first time you posted before and afters.
Oh, okay, yes. So it was pretty interesting because I hadn't been very consistent with posting the stories, and then I started pulling a couple, and I decided to do some things that were kind of not disjointed, that they had some relation to each other. So the first one I did I found was a couple who before after, and so I kind of positioned that as how nice it is for couples to do it together. And then the next one I did was for sisters to do it together, and then to follow up with kind of brothers. So it kind of is almost like a series or like of stories that kind of tie to each other. And for the first time in a while, I really had people like literally like either liking or reaching out to me directly. But it really started with people saying, "Wow, congratulations! How did they do that? And what's the program?" So it really stimulated people to ask questions. So I would IM them directly, and then I was able to follow up with them and have calls set up with them. So it was pretty amazing to me. I know it's what you guys do all the time, but for me, it was the first real validation that just by posting, you do get kind of reaction and response.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was great. Thanks.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And I just want to say something about so you're going to get a lot of comments, right? And we usually go to the comments, and I don't know if anybody saw in the Health Warriors page that I posted that, I've been reading a lot of stuff and I've been watching a lot of these training videos about how the likes are just as important as the comments. And in all honesty, I never really pay attention to the likes because everybody likes everything is what I think. Like I go through and I like stuff, but then I think I really don't. I really am picky about what I like. And if I like something, I actually took the time to like it. So I decided to test the theories and just send a couple of messages on Messenger to people that have only liked and not commented all of my healthy recipes or transformations. And I am getting feedback like you can't even believe. And all I'm saying is thank you so much for liking all of my posts about the transformations. It really means so much to my clients to feel the love and support. And we try and surround everybody with all sorts of community and support, and seeing other people cheering for them really means a lot. They're very much out of their comfort zone, allowing us to post before and after pictures to inspire other people. And I've been watching you for a long time. They're so great and inspirational. Do you personally know all of these people? Does the program ever not work? I mean, a lot of feedback, and it's questions that it's conversations that I never would have had because they're only liking and they're not saying, I want to know. And so I've been glossing over them, and now I'm not going to gloss over them anymore. So we have lots of conversations started. And again, these 2 months are about putting yourself in the position where these conversations are going to be in their brain come January when they are ready.
Yeah, Jackie, that was such a great idea, and I started doing that too. Same thing. I just took what you posted and thanking. I haven't done a lot yet because I haven't had the chance yet, but just that, and then you have a back and forth with that person, and either they're going to be in your mind, they're going to be seeing your social media. Again, we're not having conversations to get people on program. We're having conversations to have conversations.
We'll have conversations, right? You don't know who's going to be a connector. You don't know who's going to be a client. You don't know who's going to be a coach. And honestly, I don't know what a lot of these people are doing either. Like it prompts me to go on their page and then like something of theirs and see what they've been up to. Because when you send that back and forth, now you have to have something to talk about, right? So I'm finding out, I just had a friend that told me that her husband had a heart attack this year, had no idea, all of this just from thank you so much for the support, and maybe it's not her that's going to need the program. Maybe it's the husband that's going to need the program. Maybe she's being inspired for her mom or for her sister or for whatever. But you're in their brain. So when they do see these people, they may say, you know what, I'm going to connect you with my friend Nora because it seems like she's got a really great program and you need something like that. And that's what we're looking for. We're in a relationship business. So we need to build relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing over and over again and all these trainings, and it's such a good reminder that posting on Facebook is one part of our job, but it's not what is going to draw it's not what is not actually starting the conversation, in a sense, if that makes, it's not what is going to sign somebody up. That you have to do what Jackie's talking about, and you have to start these conversations. And I think sometimes people think, well, I'm posting, I'm doing the 3x3x3 and it's not working. But like, are you really, reaching out and talking to people? Karen, I don't know if you have it near you, but I thought it might be cool to show your Facebook printout, your little book that you got.
Oh my God, how many pages was that, Karen?
You're muted, Karen. She took it to Staples and had it bound.
Yes, this is my Facebook friends list. I don't know, 100 something pages. So yes, this is it.
What is it?
That's
I wrote down
fantastic.
it.
What is it?
It's my Facebook friends.
She printed out the Facebook friends. I posted a video of how to go through and print out, like,
Yep, going
and
through,
so
highlighting.
Wow.
it basically is like your hundreds list just with your Facebook friends. And if you print it out on paper, then you have notes that you can go by, and it like did it for you. I mean, she had to print it out, and she had to take an extra step and had it bound. But
Tell me what the color coding is. People that you've already reached out to.
So, so green is, I kind of did it like the traffic light system. Green is people that I'm, already have some kind of dialogue going with, their friends, or somehow we're talking. Orange is people I've maybe touched base with a little bit, and they, but we haven't talked in a while. And then the pink is people I would like to connect with, but haven't really in a meaningful way. I have a lot of Facebook friends that I don't really know. And so I was just listening to a training tonight, and I was thinking that I'm actually going to use this to really build on the green and the oranges, and people I really want to build relationships with, and use it to focus in that way.
That's great.
I posted
Really,
last
really
week in Team Health Warriors the Tiffany Howard video on how to print it out, and
yeah,
like a coding like highlight coding mechanism. And it's like, does it, I think the hardest thing, and it took me years to write a hundreds list, to actually go through my phone and write down names that I was going to contact with. And I had a huge mental block in doing that. And over the last 2 years, I've done it. But like, this is an easy way to do it because you're already connected with them on Facebook. And then it just gives you a reason, and you can actually then go to their Facebook feed and like comment and like, but then start a conversation. So I think it's brilliant.
Really, really great. And I want to say one more thing about starting a conversation, and we're closing in on 9:30, so I don't know if we want to close it up after this, and some closing thoughts. But I have, as much as I'm creating conversations and creating relationships and creating dialogue, I've also been a lot more direct in the last couple of weeks about specifically telling people what my intention is if I really would like to have a conversation about coaching or about the program. And that's something I've never, ever done before. I've kind of beat around the bush. I've waited for an opening. I've done a lot of like loving from a distance, offering my guidance from a distance, but I have never really come out and said, I would love to go to coffee because I feel like you really need to hear what my program is all about. And, we're doing a business development training course. And in it, we learned that if you're always waiting for the opportunity, it takes a lot longer. And that you also can't worry about hurting somebody's feelings and also provide them with a really great, amazing thing for them if you're worried about both things at the same time. So if I really feel like someone needs the program, I need to not worry about hurting their feelings and find a way to create a conversation about me thinking they need the program. And maybe that means they're going to know that I think that they need the program, and that's okay. Because if I look at the program like it's a gift and it's going to change their lives, then why am I holding it back? So we've done a lot of that in the past couple of weeks, and I had 3 lunch meetings with friends about the health coaching opportunity. Friends, long-term friends for a long time that I have always thought would be great health coaches. And I literally called them and said, I really think health coaching is for you. And I would love to sit down and have coffee with you and talk to you about what it's all about. And all 3 said yes. And all 3 came out to coffee. So 3 things that were like, I would never have thought of doing before, waiting for this opportunity, thinking, oh, they know what I do, they know what I offer. But they didn't. All 3 conversations went in a completely different place when we actually had them. And 2 are probably going to come on as health coaches in the very near future. So as much as we're waiting for these holes and we're waiting for these opportunities, also don't be afraid to say exactly what it is that you're thinking, because it cuts down a lot of that fluff. It cuts down a lot of that waiting time, and it cuts down a lot. It takes conversations to a much shorter place. You can literally leave a message and say, hey, I've been thinking of you because I really think you may want to hear about this health coaching thing I'm doing. How simple is that? It took me 4 seconds to say that versus, hey, how are you? Great. Health coaching's really great. You know, like there's a difference. So don't be afraid to be bold.
I think, during this season of the next month, I think it's so important to remind yourself what a wonderful gift Optavia has been to you. And if you were not given the chance to become a client, or if the person that attracted you to become a client didn't do that, whether it was a Facebook post or a phone call or a message, where would you be today? In your health, in your life, in your career. And don't be afraid to share the gift.
And just as we wrap up, if everybody should have their life book by now, and if you don't, you really need to order it. And we really need to be working through our life books so that we understand what our clients are doing in their life books. That whole last call was all about this. So, this is your business. Invest in yourself and your business, and let's get the materials that we are coaching. So if you don't have the Habits of Health book and the life book, you need to get it if you're going to be coaching, because that's our program. That's the program we coach now. So would love to, even have conversation in our Team Warrior page about what element you're on and what you got from your element. Let's share what we're learning from the elements ourselves with each other as coaches.
And when you are doing that as a coach, it is so freeing in what your conversations then become about with your clients. You're not talking about food. You're not talking about weight. You're talking about real nitty-gritty stuff that matters to them. And so they're going to answer your call. It's a big difference between them avoiding the call because it's the same old, same old. I'm doing fine. Why do I need to answer it? She's just calling to check in. And they appreciate we're calling to check in. But when you're calling about and you have a conversation about the life book and what they're learning about themselves, the conversations are very different.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up now. And